All right, what's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Blessings to the brothers and sisters out there supporting the channel. One time for the one time we're grinding. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Appreciate the love and support. Everybody giving us, man. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow Unboxing get you 18% off 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Website, promo code are both in the description. We working, man. Let's talk about um, Leonard L. What's going on, Quan? Tell little Quan I said what's going on. Mayweather Promotions said they willing to do Tank versus Gary Russell. And then we're going to talk about Danny Jacobs saying, I'm fighting Canelo in the refs, which ideally ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? For a fight that ain't doing too well. And I'll elaborate on that later in the day in another video. But still waiting for the round table to go down in Vegas between Danny and Canelo, where the media meets the fighters and answer a few questions. So I'm ready to see some footage from that. But until the end, this is what we're gonna be talking about. Uh, but let's talk about ball game 15. Roderick, what's going on? Talk about Leonard Ellaby. That's what he said. I heard this early this morning. I just ain't got a chance to get to it. I said I'll just save it for a live stream. I think that's what I told myself. So let's talk about exactly what he said in the article. Um, let's get to it. Give me a minute. Here we go. Article is in boxing scene. Uh, I'll drop it in the chat. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Drop it in the chat. Give me 1 minute. Let me drop it in the chat so you guys can follow along. Here you go. Okay, I dropped it in the chat. So, all right, the article reads Ellaby would love to make Jervonta Davis versus Gary Russell fight. I'm just going to read the quotes. Now, he basically rebutting to Gary Russell calling out Tank and Mayweather Promotions. And Ellaby says, I think he's an exceptional, talented fighter, Ellaby told Boxing regarding Russell. I have a great deal of respect for him, his pops, all his brothers. They're from the city of Baltimore. They can bump. Russell is very confident, and he should be. But it's a whole different ball game when you're talking about fighting Tank. I asked about that fight before. Tank asked about that fight before, and Tank asked me about that fight. Tank wants that fight. I'm very, very confident that Tank beats him. I wouldn't think twice about it. He goes on to say, I think he's serious. I'm just reading the quotes, not the whole article. I think he's serious, Ellaby said. He's very confident. He's an extremely talented young fighter who has a great belief in his skill set. That's why you make great fights like that. But I'm very, very confident in Tank. Ellaby expressed that he, too, is serious about matching Davis against Russell, who would be by far the best opponent of Davis' 6-year career. Oh, most definitely, Ellaby said. I would love, 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 love that fight. So you heard it. Mark Pinkerton, what's going on? Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to get down to Florida, man. Visit my brother, man, pretty soon. Hopefully this time this summer, when I get down there, come visit y'all. Mark Pinkerton, what's going on? Brix, what's going on? Russell spoke too soon, huh? Mayweather and Ellaby be lying. They gonna keep Tank hitting Roderick. Bushido boxing, what's going on? He said he'd love to make the fight happen. Show me. Show me. You know what I'm saying? Show me. That's a fight I want to see. I think Tank could beat Gary Russell. I ain't gonna say he can't, but for a guy like Jervonta Tank Davis that ain't never shied away, he ain't never shied away from no contact. At least no social contact. And when somebody run up on him like with the camera with Fred, he ain't got nothing to say. Excuse me, he ain't got nothing to say about homie. Nothing. Nothing but respect for him. And at the end of the day, it's Tank the bigger, stronger fighter and punch hard. Yeah, but in that fight, he gonna get touched too. Because I feel that if Jervonta, don't oh yeah, for sure we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that for sure, Quan. I feel that if Jervonta, and I got some stuff coming up about putting videos of fighters up, so we're gonna chop it up a few guys. But I feel that Jervonta, if he go past 6 rounds versus a real good opponent, I feel that could be a problem for him. Stamina, and then the mental fortitude going down the stretch of a fight, 7th, 8th, 9th, into the championship round, 10, 11, 12. I think that could be an issue, but that's what any prospect, and he's a prospect with a belt by my count. That goes to any prospect, man, that you want to know how they take it on the chin. He ain't fought nobody that could thump. He ain't fought nobody that could really hit back for real. And he ain't fought into the championship round, so we don't know how good his jaw is. We don't know how good his stamina is. So at all. And then look at Gary Russell outside the Lomachenko fight and the Johnny Gonzalez fight. He really ain't been tested. He really ain't been in those close in those war type of fights. And Jojo Diaz was a good fight, a talented fighter who I think can get tank run for his money too. So other than those 3 fighters, he ain't really been tested. But that Lomachenko fight was a hell of a test because he got hit with a lot of dirty stuff. Lomachenko grabbed his arm, pulled it down, hit him with shot. That was a tough, gritty, grimy fight, and that showed that Lomachenko got some dog in him. And Gary Russell didn't quit. There was get the fuck out of here. It was a point where Gary Russell was like it was a point where Gary Russell, pretty could have quit, but he said it was astounding. It was, they had a weight issue with the scale, so he still want that fight with Lomachenko. So in my opinion, it'd be a good fight. Why not make that fight next? And I'm just so tired of Premier Boxing Champions being dependent on a Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm so tired of them being dependent on we need to do a Mexican versus a black, or we need a Mexican to build this fighter up or that fighter up. How about just try black and black? Boxing is at rock bottom right now. It's at rock bottom. So what better way to build it up? You don't got nowhere to go but up with this boxing shit. So why not put a slew of a black versus black classics? Y'all done built everything to fuck up as far as it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Leo Santa Cruz. How should Leo Santa Cruz get rewarded with a Gervonta Tank Davis potential pay-per-view at the end of the year? And he ain't done shit. Okay, he beat Carl Frampton. That's cute. Carl Frampton got fucking whooped on. Carl Frampton got fucking whooped on by almost in his American debut. He got dropped 3 or 4 times. And the guy that beat him, he ended up getting killed. Him and his father allegedly got killed by the cartel or something like that. So, like I said before, you don't get no cool points for beating Carl Frampton from me. You know what I'm saying? He had already beat you, and it ain't like you went to his backyard and you whooped him. You didn't whoop him in his backyard. You had to overpay him to come from LA, and that just shows you how Al Heyman worked. Not getting the Mayweather, LB, and Tank some more. That show you Al Heyman found the money to pay Carl Frampton to come to LA. If Al Heyman really wants something to happen, he'll overcompensate to make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And Gary Russell said it yesterday. We talked about it for a minute that Gary Russell said, I'm starting to question if Al Heyman want to make the fight. And of course, Al Heyman don't want to make the fight. Al Heyman treat Leo Santa Cruz like he come from his blood. He treat Santa Cruz like that's his kinfolk. He treats Santa Cruz better than every fighter he got, not named probably Floyd Mayweather and Andre Berto and maybe Danny Jacobs. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz has gotten past his, like yesterday, we sit there, I had Dr. Blick on, we were sitting here talking about Gary Russell and shit and how Santa Cruz ducked him and he need to fight him. And people started turning on Gary Russell. F Gary Russell, and Gary Russell ain't this, he a bum. I said, how can a guy be a bum that want to fight the best? That's what I understand. That's what I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how can a guy that actually want to fight the best be a bum? How can you turn on a guy that want to sit here and fight the best? That's what I don't understand from a lot of people, man. Do y'all want the best fights or not? A lot of these dudes just don't want the best fights to happen. A lot of these dudes don't want the best to fight the best. A lot of these niggas proclaim the best fight the best, but they don't want the best to fight the best. It's sad. They just want to talk about business and shit like that. I had somebody on Twitter, trying to tell me you hating on Earl and shit, and Earl to beat Bud. I said, how? How does Earl beat Bud? Oh, I don't know. Fuck up out of here then. Fuck up out of here. If you can't articulate for me, if you can't answer boxing questions, then your opinion is irrelevant. That's why I don't answer people back and forth. I can tell you how Earl can beat Bud, and I can tell you how Bud can beat Earl. But Gary Russell, I mean, he out here begging, dog. You know, people get mad at Gary Russell as well. People get mad at Gary Russell because he said he don't love boxing. He not into boxing. He don't love boxing. But you know what? When I was at the Barclays Center, he was up in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? He was in the mid bowl, upper bowl, shaking people's hands and shit like that. Look here, man. I don't care if you're not into boxing. I met plenty of amateur guys I used to work out in the gym with, and they don't like boxing. They don't follow professional boxing. There's plenty of guys in boxing who don't like the block boxing, who don't really care about boxing. They get their money and go home. Then you got guys that go to every fight. And a lot of times, the guys that go to every fight, PBC asks them to be there for support. He said, I remember one time you said, when was the last time one of you channel said the word jab? Exactly. But, you know, Gary Russell was in the crowd shaking hands. He was nice. He walked up to me, came on live. And real cool dude, man. You know, real cool. Shaking everybody's hand in the upper bowl. Didn't have to do that. So, for me, you ain't gotta love professional boxing and watch it and be interested. A lot of guys don't pay attention to professional boxing. You can see when they ask them about a certain person, they can't even really articulate. And I'm cool with that. If you're a good person, I rock with you. You're a truthful person, I rock with you. It's no problem. It's no problem with that. You know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. We was on live one day, and they were saying, yeah, Gary Russell said him, and it kind of hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Whoopty whoop whoop whoop. And a couple weeks later, I actually ran into him. Cool dude. I don't care if you don't love boxing no more. If you wanted to fight the best, you know, legitimately, you want to fight the best competition out there, man, I'm fucking with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you fighting the best competition, you know, I'm a rock with you. You know, Gary Russell just want to fight the best. If he come up short, you know what? I'm going to support him because he tried. And Jervonta Tank Davis started wiping out the competition and stepping it up, I'm going to support him because, you know, he fighting the best. If you take a loss, you know, you don't lose my fandom or you don't lose my viewership. Come on, man. We see Sean Porter took a draw to Julio Diaz, a loss to Thurman, a loss to Kell Brook between those. You know, Sean Porter's still here. You know, Sean Porter got one of the least popularity ratings out there. So if Sean Porter, a fighter that can't even sell out a family diner, who can't even fight at the crib in Cleveland and the Akron area, if he could take 2 losses in a draw and in a close fight with Yugas, and he still can get big fights and still become champion again and again and have another shot to be a title holder again, why can't everybody else do that shit? You know, why everybody's scared to take an ass? We all didn't, man. Most of us have gotten into fights, bro. I ain't scared to say I got my ass whooped coming up a couple times. It happened. Ain't nobody undefeated out here in life, man. Some people in here took an L in the form of a financial sense. Somebody take an L in a relationship sense. Somebody take an L and found out that boy was a snitch or he was flawed, whatever you want to say. We all take L's, you know. No, Tank ain't said nothing. Adrian Broner, another one. No Nito Donaire is another one. He don't get enough praise, man. He fought Rigondeaux against Top Rank Wishes. He fought Rigondeaux when he was the boogeyman, when they always running from him. And then the Joker, Donaire, moved up and fought Nicholas Walters. Then the boxing guys blessed him with an opportunity. With Fred Jackson, the boxing guy blessed him with an opportunity to become a champion again. And Ryan Burnett blew his back out, man. You got to believe in karma and boxing karma. You can call them the boxing guys or boxing karma. You got to believe in it. Because there's no way Donaire was supposed to move down and wait and become champion again or title holder again. It was no way that was supposed to happen. But it did. And when you take chances and when you out here fighting the best, shit tend to go right for you. When you not taking chances like Jervonta Tank Davis and you being bred to be a prospect and hold a title, you being bred to bum bash, you being bred to be protected. Guess what? When that one time come when somebody fuck you up, You when somebody beat you down and then you can't believe it, and you just, you go into hiding for a year like Danny Garcia, or you crying in your room, you scared to sell your face, and you scared the backlash about the fans. See, when Broner take an L, Broner come right back. He come right back. He be on the camera talking crazy shit, but you know what? He don't shy away from it. Jervonta Tank Davis strike me as a guy. A lot of these fighters striking me as guys that if they lose, they don't have the resiliency to back. But as far as the Tank and Gary Russell fight, I don't see why that's a fight they wouldn't want to make. And I can understand why they wouldn't want to fight Lomachenko. What's up, 704 Joe? Salute. I can understand that because the kid ain't win 12. They need to put him in better, durable opponents. He needs to know what it's like to go 10, 12, tough rounds, not just cruising and controlling the pace in the fight like Pedraza. He needed a guy like Shavakov was for Robbie Jr. A really stuff turn test. A guy that you can beat, or you can just kind of fuck on the scorecards. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of fuck on the scorecards and kind of get away with it if it's a close fight. He needed Javier Fortuna to get ready for Lomachenko. That's a good fight. Awkward fighter to lose a lot of angles, tough elbow, kind of like Sakiabika and Ward and Sakiabika Darrell. Those type of tough fights, awkward fights, because that's what you're fighting against in Lomachenko. That's the ultimate goal for Tank right now. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to make as much money for Tank, and under that, then maybe legacy. But those are the type of guys he should be fighting. Gary Russell is good because he gonna give you some type of resistance. His hand speed is good. You fighting another athletic fighter, a smart fighter, a guy that can work up and down. But it's something like, okay, Leonard Elby said he'd love to do that fight. Why does it take y'all 3-4 months to return fire? He been talking greasy for so long. That's the PR role. They trying to roll it off and trying to, shoulder roll it and then return with a counter. But y'all don't want to do that fight. What PBC does is try to build fighters off of the Mayweather. Everything is predicated off PBC, off of Mayweather. How Mayweather built himself as a fighter. That's why you got Errol coming out in Mexican colors. That's why you got him fighting Mikey and shit. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if they paid Mikey to start talking about Errol and gave him some extras under the table. They want to build these fighters off of Mexicans. If Terence Crawford was Carlos Sanchez from Guadalajara, and he had this many followers on Instagram, and he was to be the next big thing in the sport of the Mexican sport of boxing and boxing as a whole. Man, to Errol Spence would be fighting him, man. It'll be a guarantee, even though if it didn't happen till late 2020, he'd be fighting that dude because the money would be there. But it's another nigga and another brother that's from Omaha. It don't do nothing for him. It don't do nothing. Trick, what's going on? It don't do Donald Banks, what's going on? You said it right, Saki Beacon, Javier Fortuna. Yeah, those have been two awkward ass motherfuckers that kind of get you in the mold for Lomachenko. Shit. Ain't nothing up. Police riding through the hood. I think somebody said somebody set somebody on fire. I don't know. I went in the house. I ain't got time. I got my new couch. I'm chilling. This nigga Miles sleep too. He about to go out for a run though. If it don't rain. Because it didn't run yesterday. It rained yesterday. So always gotta keep your dog active. Gotta keep the dog active, man. I walk my dog every day I can. I do got to get a treadmill for the wintertime because sometimes it'd be too cold for its paws to be out there. So, yep. But yeah, like I was saying, like as far as the fight, looking at the fight, man, that's a good fight for Tank. Tank had to walk through some fire. Good flashy hand speed, and then Gary Russell do work him up and down to the body. But if Tank could get him in that position that JoJo Diaz did and land a couple hooks to the body, Gary Russell ain't the slickest motherfucker out there. Gary Russell is very smart and intelligent. He's a tad stiff with short arms, so they both short and stubby. They definitely should do a card together. If I know it's a disrespect thing to have Leo Santa Cruz and Jervonta Tank Davis fight at the Barclays Center on the card, and then have Gary Russell be on the co-feature, but they should have a binding contract that in the next 6 months, if that do happen, Russell fight on the undercard. He should have a contract guaranteeing him a fight with Tank or Leo Santa Cruz, the winner, in the next 6 months from that fight happening. But like I said before, Al Heyman ain't taking care of black fighters. He taking it sounds like it's more personal than anything. Jay Thomas, what's going on? They just want to build Tank off of Mexicans, man. And Leo Santa Cruz, he'd rather be sacrificed to Jervonta Tank Davis than Gary Russell. And that just tells you a little bit about Gary Russell, how good of a fighter he is. He was feared in the amateurs. Him, Anthony Peterson. Last time I talked to Austin Trout, he told me that he was just so happy to go the distance with Anthony Peterson. He was happy to go the distance because Anthony Peterson was knocking out everybody in the amateurs. Yes, not Lamont, Anthony Peterson. So Gary Russell got a real good reputation. And a lot of dudes, and Jervonta Tank Davis gonna act like he ain't there because he fear him. We might have seen one thing in the JoJo Diaz fight, but the worst thing that they can do, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tell you this. The worst thing, so what's going on? The worst thing they can do is this. The worst thing they can do is let that motherfucker fight once before they get to fight him in the calendar year. You let Gary Russell fight, what are he gonna fight? May? On the co-feature why you let him fight in May, and then you let that motherfucker fight before December or before the turn of the year, he gonna fuck somebody up. He gonna have a rhythm, he gonna be sharper, he gonna be stronger. His hands might be a little bit weaker, but he gonna be sharper. But Black Al Heyman, that's what I'm trying to expose to people. That Al Heyman, he don't put black fighters first. He don't go all out for black fighters. He don't go all out for certain fighters. He protect fighters. It's a protection group, protecting boxers. Corporation. They protect boxers, and a lot of people get mad because I'm talking facts. And not only am I talking facts, I'm bagging it up. I'm bagging it up with facts. I'm bagging it up, man. I can go out there and put a compilation video together on Errol Spence, and then what would people have to say? Hold on, give me a minute. He said they still go out there. They still go out there and say, "Oh man, he was just joking." Nah, motherfucker, everybody got time for that, man. The point is this. The point is this, man. Be who you are. Yeah, protected blocks and community. Committee. I like that one better. Be who you are. Don't look here, man. Be who you are, C-Dub. Okay? Errol Spence knew that Al had a plan, right? Errol Spence knew Al had a plan. Okay, we cool with that, right? But did Errol Spence not play the role? Did Errol Spence not play the role? Did Errol Spence come out here like he was the boogeyman and he played into that persona, listening to them niggas hype his head up, knowing that, like Kenny Porter said, knowing that they had a plan, knowing the plan wasn't for him to fight Sean Porter, knowing the plan wasn't for him to fight Danny Garcia, knowing the plan wasn't for him to fight Keith Thurman, he was 15-0. It was a plan in place. Then he dogging Danny Garcia for a year. They in the same hotel room, chopping it up. Sean Porter say, "Damn, come on. If you know a plan in place and you calling guys out, that's clout chasing. That's clout chasing, bro. That's a clout chase. I can't say it no other way. I'm not about to be one of these fake ass channels because I interview Errol Spence or he come on my channel or I'm getting lost in the sauce about it. Hey, he on some fuck shit, man. If your breath stank and you and your boy about to go into the party, wouldn't you want to let your boy know, hey man, don't your boy say, oh yeah, your breath stank. Go get some Tic Tacs. Or you wearing some Fugazi shit. Oh, how I look, bro? Nah, bro, that ain't it. Or you want your man to make you look Fugazi. Like, oh man, that's cool. And then you get to the party, you get talking to a girl, your breath stank, she hooing you, they laughing at you on social media or whatever. No, you won't, nigga, you gotta hold these fighters all accountable, bro. Ain't no role playing, bro. You don't play the role as a boogeyman. You out here saying, I won't fight anybody. I want Jeff Horn when he had the belt. I want Pacquiao when he had the WBO belt. You don't sit out here and play that fucking role, nigga. Be real, bro. Be real. And you just you exploiting that he a fake ass nigga. He a fake ass nigga. He try to play a role. No, ain't no roles being played. Boss ass niggas don't play no roles. You want to sit here and that same shit Triple G did with Bushido boxing. Oh, it was big drama show. I felt anybody from 54 to 75. Then it was 68, 54 to 68. He lied, man. I ain't about to get that nigga no pass. Like I told y'all before, man, my channel ain't pro black, it ain't pro Mexican, it ain't pro white, it's pro boxing, bro. And Jervonta Tank Davis need to step up. What up, Ronnie? He need to step up and say something because he got a opinion on everything else. Wilder fought like a time girl. He got a opinion on everybody else. G Herbo. He got a opinion on Broner. He got a opinion on Bunny. He got a opinion on all these other dudes out there. He got an opinion on all these other motherfuckers out here. Look here, man, have an opinion when it come to you. Lomachenko say something. He ain't got shit else to say. Well, I ain't ready for Lomachenko. Okay. Oh, Floyd tried to set me up versus Pedraza. Okay. How much whole shit we gonna allow this nigga to say? Even before, I ain't saying that he is Triple G, but even before Triple G dropped the belt, he been a fraud. I'm not putting Earl in that class though. You know, I'm not gonna put the brother in that class. You know, at the end of the day, my gripe with him is he played the role so like I was the boogeyman and I played the role so good, but hey man, when it came down to putting the rubber to the road, you folded, bro. You sat here and talked all that shit just to hear yourself talk, and it it was time to talk that good shit. Now you talking 2020. You know different from the rest. That's why a lot of brothers was rocking with Earl because they thought he was thorough. They thought he was different. They thought he wanted to fight the best. And when we find out he just no different than the rest, it is what it is. You a fraud. However you cut the cake. And a lot of people don't want to keep it 100 on it. They want to act stupid like certain things that happen, but it is what it is. He can beat Terence Crawford. He can drag Mayweather out of retirement and all that. What Jay-Z say? You can mute the curse. He said you can mute the curse, but the curse is still there. Whatever the fuck he said. Well, Benny said that. You know, Benny Siegel said it. No, you can mute that shit, but the curse is still there. Same thing with Mayweather. Mayweather went on and done great things in his career. To give you an example, Mayweather went on and done great things in his career, but people still say, "Oh man, because he robbed Castillo. He dug Margarito. Oh man, had he fought Pacquiao 09, he would have lost. Pacquiao was out cold. I mean, you can be. I mean, it don't matter. The mark of the beast is still there. It's still there for Earl. No matter what he do, it's kind of like your fucking criminal record or your school record or your high school transcript or some shit. If you did, you got an F. That shit's still there. Don't matter. You know, you can't go around saying you the truth telling fables, and that's just what I'm saying. He didn't have to go out there, yeah, appreciate it. You, Chris Jackson, you didn't have to go out there and say, man, this nigga just played it all wrong. He didn't have to go out there and say Bob Aaron won't give him to me right now. If he never said that, I'm never here saying nothing. If he never called out Bob Aaron, the master PR, if he never go for boxing, if he never go out there and call out Bob Aaron, we not even talking about nothing. I'm still here putting him on the pedestal saying Crawford don't want it, but he exposed himself. He John Black John, he exposed himself. You know? And then you sit here and you look at it, I don't understand. What up, Aunt Brooklyn in the house? He said reverse. Bob Aaron has had 3 belts on Top Rank side. You believe would he? No, I said that before. Hell no, Bob Aaron ain't showing no fucking love. I ain't no fucking love. I already said that. John Black Johnny with the Euros. Appreciate it, bro. Salute. Are you damn fucking right he wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? But then again, Bob Arum will still be the promoter. He still has some type of control over Terence Crawford's career. Errol Spence is a quote unquote self-proclaimed boss. Man Down Promotions, aka hashtag Easy Route Promotions. He's still his own promoter. So you go out there and say, I'm not tied to a network deal. I'm a free promotional free agent like Wilder did. Then bring your dumb ass over here and make the fight happen. You see what I'm saying now? Crawford can hide behind, hey man, Bob, you're my promoter. I'm tied to the deal with ESPN and Top Brain. What Errol Spence tied to? Just like when Homeboy, when Deontay Wilder did that shit. Came out there and said, oh, I'm tired. I ain't tied to no network. I can go where I want to go. They show you three fights for $100 million, 4 fights, $120 million. Now all of a sudden, you want to be loyal to Showtime, the same Showtime who put a knife in your back. Come on, man. If I real talk 90, what's going on? He said, wasn't he right at the time though? No, he wasn't right at the time. Because how you call out somebody else for not being ready, but you don't want to make the fight? You said he wouldn't give it to me, and that was when? September? All of a sudden, now you talking 6 months later, whatever it is later. Now you talking 2020, or maybe late 2020. I want to get Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. I want to get the easy belt first. Al want me to fight Pacquiao. Had he just shut the hell up, we not talking about this right now. Shelly Finkel this morning. Why would you go on the Boxing Voice and say, oh, we don't want the Anthony Joshua fight? We don't want the Anthony Joshua fight. Not this year. We want to do Koznowski and Luis Ortiz this year possibly. And then 2020, I got a great working relationship with John Skipper and let the zone build up. We'll go to the zone in 2020. Like, dude, man, PBC these dudes can't help but be doing that. They can't help but just snitch on themselves. They can't help but talk. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Bob Arum. I agree with everything you probably gonna say. If Bob had the 3 belts, yeah, he'd freeze out Errol Spence. I 100% agree. But when you claim you your own boss, I don't have a promotional deal, I don't have a network deal. Shit, you got the freedom to go where the fuck you want to go. You got the freedom to go where the fuck you want to go. You got the control to move around the board. You got the control to negotiate. You can jump over Bob's head and negotiate with ESPN if you wanted to fight. Had Errol Spence had a promoter? Matter of fact, had Errol Spence never said nothing. Had Errol Spence never said nothing. Had he not got drunk, according to y'all, I didn't call him drunk, Spence. That ain't me. It was news to me that people said he was drunk. Had he not went out there and ran his fucking mouth and let AB and Rob Reese Jr. and Tank hype his stupid ass up, we not talking about this shit right now. Nobody is pressing for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford this hard. All I do is want the fight to happen. But Bud can say, well, I got a promoter and network deal. I can't go over to Showtime. I can't cross the street. He right. But who had the ability to cross the street? And that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all, bro. Had Errol Spence been signed to a promoter, had he not just said nothing, man. Had he not just offered the information, these niggas on PB, they doing the same thing Eddie Hearn is doing. They doing the same thing Eddie Hearn is doing. I just want the fight to happen. So if I got to put as much pressure on whoever neck to put it on, well, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I don't care. Errol Spence ain't do no drop for me. Errol Spence ain't do shit for me. Crawford ain't did shit for me. Bob Arum ain't did nothing for me. Eddie Hearn ain't did nothing for me. I don't have a vested interest. But all they want me to do is try to censor me, right? They want to censor me. They want to make videos about me. They want to tweet at me, but you can't. A midget ain't nothing to a giant. Just because y'all can't see the shit with clarity and I can, I don't have a dog in the race. My favorite fighters are dead and gone, basically, or old. My son don't box. I don't have a son. My daughter don't box. My uncle, my brother don't box. My cousin don't box. The nigga across the street from me don't box. So I don't have no emotional attachment. No, I'm not a pro-black channel. No, I'm not a pro-white channel. No, I'm not a pro-Mexican channel. pro Philippines channel, a pro Asian channel. I'm a pro boxing channel when I talk my combat boxing. And that's just what it is. And people can't stomach the fact that I'm not one of these fake black activist channels, these fake pro black channels, man. You know, that sit here, they sit here and they say, I want all my fighters to get paid. You know, I want the black fighters to get paid. But then again, you act like Danny Jacobs and Canelo don't exist. You know, then again, you sitting here building a hate group for Terence Crawford. You got them hating another brother because of what? Mayweather fought on Top Rank before. Rigondeaux fought on Top Rank before. You know, I don't hate brothers. I like Shakur Stevenson. And now they got it to the point, and I'll get back to Tank and Russell, and I'll jump into the Danny Jacobs shit if anybody wondering or listen to the playback. Then you get to the point where, you know, they didn't condition niggas' mind. And niggas just so easy to be controlled. They condition people's minds to say if Devin Haney goes to the zone, don't support him. They might not directly have said it, but now that Devin Haney goes to the zone, I've been noticing on social media that people say, well, I can't support you going to the zone. I mean, if you pro-black, you supporting whoever paying the brothers the bread. And you really should be listening. You really should be looking at PBC and Showtime different, because if Jared Ennis get his promotional situation together, he could be heading to the zone too. Mark Blake, salute. H-Con, salute. So, answer me that. How can Deontay Wilder be a good black fighter? You know, I like Wilder a lot. Good black fighter. But how can another entity another entity offer him $120 million for 4 fights, but Showtime can't even lock him up for 3 fights for $60 million? You know, you gotta ask yourself those type of questions, because behind every good TV media station, behind everybody is probably somebody that's not necessarily pro-black people. If you catch my drift. The whole media is made up of 4 or 5 or 6, whatever families that control what you listen to, what you hear. So that's just something you gotta really think about, man. So, you know, about Gary Russell and Tank as far as the fight, you know, Tank is a very powerful puncher. But what happened when somebody make Tank keep his hands at home? You know, what happened when Tank got to make a boxing move? You know, what happened when, you know, Gary Russell throwing combinations? Can Tank throw with him? You know, Tank is a real good fighter. It's the reason why I'm high on his potential. Good left hook, good jab. But you know what? He ain't been tested. It's kind of like for football people, man. It's kind of like football people. You know, you remember, you know, you got a dude that got a reputation that's a lockdown corner. Remember my people that year before Revis got old and fell off. I think he was with the Jets on the second time around, and they played the Green Bay Packers about 3-4 years ago. Well, however long it was. And you know, they would never throw at Darrelle Revis, but Green Bay threw at Darrelle Revis, and they kind of found out he was slipping a bit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like Tank ain't really been challenged. Ain't nobody really went deep on Tank yet. Ain't really took a shot at Tank, took him down the field. They just believe the reputation that, you know what, if I throw at Tank, it's gonna get swatted down or it's gonna be intercepted. You know, and that's kind of like, you know, it's different in boxing because you can matchmake. So really, Tank got the reputation as a cold-blooded knockout puncher, but outside of Pedraza, who he really didn't stop. Tank ain't really been tested. His talent, he ain't even tapped into his potential. You know, we don't know. He really a prospect with a belt. You know, he really a prospect to with a belt. Yeah, he probably can make adjustments. He can box. He's a good boxer. But what happened? Can you make an adjustment when somebody knock you upside your head? Can you make an adjustment when somebody working up and down in your body, hitting you with body shots? You can make an adjustment when somebody really taking your power, making you miss and going upside your head. Can you make that adjustment when somebody hitting you on your chin? We don't know shit about this. The same guy that sit up and blow up in between fights. This is the same guy that, just like Gary Russell, fight once every blue moon. And he tied to Mayweather. So you really don't know with him. You don't fucking know with Jervonta Tank Davis, bro, because we never seen him tested outside of Pedraza, and Pedraza don't got that equalizer. Will Gary Russell be the most monumentous test for him? No. No, I don't care about the pay-per-view numbers. I'll do a video on it later. If y'all so into it, it did under 150,000 buys. But is that a mystery? Was anybody expecting Crawford pay-per-view to do over 150,000 buys, 200, 400,000 buys? No. No, nobody expecting that. ESPN boxing is dead. No, it's not dead. It ain't good. It ain't fruitful like it should be. But neither is Fox. Fox ain't fruitful like HBO was between 5 and 10 million viewerships. Can it be fruitful? Fuck yeah. Charlo and Harrison is the best fight that Fox gonna have. You know, but it's just starting off. ESPN should be doing a lot better than what it's doing. But they're not gonna put the best in the best, you know. So you don't have the best fighting the best on a consistent basis. Nobody gonna come watch. You know, nobody wants to watch on Showtime, Fox, Bouts, ESPN, ESPN Plus. Nobody wants to fight subpar boxing. But y'all comparing apples to apples to apples, bro. PBC doing the same shit that the Zone doing. De La Hoya, Golden Boy, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom. They doing the same thing that Bob Arum. At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a buck right here. Man. I'm gonna say this in the most fan-friendly type of way. I'm gonna say this in a fan-friendly type of way I can, okay? How can I say this? It's a white man over everybody. All right, y'all get what I'm saying? It don't matter. Al Heyman answered to a white man. Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, they answer to a white man. Bob Arum, as big and powerful as he is, he answers to a white man. So it don't matter. Y'all talking about, oh, I'm so pro Al Heyman. I'm so pro PBC. Guess what? It's a white man over there running all of that. CBS running all of that. That same network that all these black activists and black people knock, Fox, they over Al Heyman. Al Heyman got a Fox business credit card he used. He got a Showtime CBS business credit card he used. He all answers to them. Al Heyman answered to somebody else. Oh yeah, Kovalev and Yard. I want to see that too. He answered to somebody else. So we trying to act like it's Black Jesus or it's Black God over here versus white Jesus or white God over here. Dude, over all of these dudes, the network fronts the majority of the bills. The network pays for the fight. So, I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't fucking matter. You know, it's deeper. Oh, he threw the ball at the ref. That's why they out the playoffs, San Antonio. So you know, it is what it is. It just is what it is. They trying to act like it's black versus white. Hey, man, the networks, you know, they pay the bills. You know, Bob Johnson don't own CBS. You know, Magic Johnson don't own Walt Disney. Walt Disney actually owns Fox, and they had to sell out the Fox Sports portion. You hear about that's going on with Ice Cube and stuff trying to buy that. He won't buy that. That's a Patreon stream. But, you know, Walt Disney owns Fox, and they had to sell out the Fox Sports shit, and they own ESPN, ABC. So yeah, man. So Curtis Anderson, what's going on, Kurt Sugar, man? Hopefully everything good, man. I see y'all Steelers had a good draft, man. Steelers had a wonderful draft. I think they're going to win the AFC North. I don't believe in the Dream Team Browns. I was just talking to Callie earlier about that shit. You know, I don't believe in the Dream Team Browns. But yeah, as far as to finish off on Tank and on Gary, I don't think that's a huge step up in competition. It's a huge step up for Tank, but yet again, it plays into the narrative if it's Santa Cruz or Russell that it's a smaller foe. You know, you look at the bigger foes at super featherweight. I actually got a chance to see Ito take on Christopher Diaz when I broke down the Diaz and Shakur Stevenson tape. And Ito is by far longer than Jervonta Tank Davis. And knowing their reputation, them Asian guys, they tough. What was the kid that Omar Figueroa fought a couple years ago? Nuwaka, whatever his name was. You know, those Asian guys are very, very tough. Snacks beat, what's going on? And I think Ito probably give Jervonta Tank Davis his toughest fight. You know, Ito will give Jervonta his toughest fight of that division. I think Burchett is a good fighter. He'll be next. But I think Ito, he fought Jamel Herring next month. Ito is the reason I say it's not that Ito is a better fighter than Burchett, but it seemed like he got less miles on his body, and he really long, and he seemed to be tall, and he's physically big. Like he could take some punishment. He can keep Tank on the outside. I liked a lot what I've seen from him. I'm not sure he'll be Herring. Herring is a solid fighter, but I would expect him to be Herring if he as good as I think he is. But you know, Tevin ain't really a match. Burchetta's a good fight. He fighting Vargas. They pushed it back to the same day as Hurd and Williams. You know, Machado got stopped. I knew that was coming at some point. You got so that's the four: Burchett, Tank, Machado, or Casino, whatever. He's the secondary champion for Tank belt. Ito, and then Tevin Farmer. So it's really no big opponents other than Ito. As far as stature and a little bit of height, Ito and Burchett, and as far as skill for Jervonta Tank Davis. So Gary Russell, skill-wise, may produce the toughest challenge for him at 30. Who else we got there? Santa Cruz is moving up. He ain't got no chance, bro. He gonna get the potato salad knocked out of him. So Shakur Stevenson will possess a challenge at some point. Ryan Garcia, nowhere near ready. I think Shakur might be 10 or 12 fights away. That's a long time, too. I think Ryan Garcia may be a Guardian Galaxy away. So it really, you know, for Gary Russell is for talent, not taking physical stature. Gary Russell is his toughest challenge for talent, in my opinion. But, you know, Tank can match Gary Russell's speed, but experience will be a factor. That's a good fight. I would favor Tank, but if Russell fights twice in a year, you know, if he get 3 times a year, twice in a year, I think I'm a favor more. I'm down the middle 50-50, if not Gary Russell. But I think Tank body shots, if he can land those shots, that Diaz can land. But then again, you know, people look at Diaz who fighting this weekend versus TB I heard. You look at Diaz and you say, you know, Diaz is a more talented fighter than Tank, but Diaz walked through fire. Diaz took a lot of shots versus Gary Russell. Can Jervonta Tank Davis take those very same shots and move his hands more than Diaz did? That's the question. And people just assume that Tank can take it on the jaw. People assume that Tank can take it to the body. People assume Tank is willing to walk through fire, and assumption to get you fucked up. Well, Baturgia fought on ESPN once. he didn't have a contract. They won the Eric Nolan vacant purse bid for him, but this is his first official fight under ESPN deal. So yeah, man. So yeah, I like the Tank and the Gary Russell fight. I would like to see Gary Russell get Santa Cruz. But if it's Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank to close it out, then I like to see Gary Russell fight on the undercard and get it put in the contract that he deserves that fight and shit. You know, he get that fight next, my personal opinion. So yeah, so let me sit up a little bit. Shoo, got my back feeling good. I got me a new couch, y'all, man. Them motherfucking man. He delivered and said, "It's the Cadillac," so I gotta get my other couch. They got the love seat and the sofa. I got the sofa. The love seat was 13 with the sofa. I'm like, God damn. So I'm gonna get 2 fucking sofas. I got the room for it. My dog, he mad because he can't get on the motherfucker though. The couch protection plan don't protect against dogs. Don't protect against dogs. Looking at me like bitch ass nigga. Let me sit in the couch. But yeah, he said I want to see Tank versus Loma. Yeah, you know, Loma coming back now. You know, I definitely agree on that, bro. You're 100% right. I've been talking about Tank and Loma so much, man. I just want to talk about possibilities that can happen on the same side of the street. But let's talk about Gary Russell, man. Um, Callie put me up on this shit. Uh, he put me up on this shit. It says on Boxing News 24. And let me see y'all. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. So give me a minute. If y'all want to read along or y'all want to go check it out for yourself later. Here go to the link right here for the Gary Russell. I gave me the whole Google link. I apologize. Hold on. They gave me the whole Google link. Here. E-Man East, what's going on? No, they keep giving me the Google link. My bad, y'all. I don't know what's going on. So what's on Boxing News 24 and shit? It says Jacobs, I'm fighting Canelo in the judges. Let me see if he got a quote there. I'm trying to get to the quote. He says, there's a part of me that believes that I'm fighting the judges as well as Canelo. And history tells you that. Jacobs told Sky Sports he got what he wanted against Triple G in 2 fights. You can also look at some of the cards he got against Errol Lara, Miguel Cotto too. Even against Floyd Mayweather, one judge gave it a draw. That's what I'm up against, Jacobs said. So he goes on to say, I just intended to do a dominant job and trust my own ability in the fight. And if I do that and put the fight in my favor without any doubt whatsoever, I don't think there can be any serious issues from the judge, Jacob said. It should have to be, it shouldn't have to be that way, but that's where I'm at right now. If I'm the best, then there's no way they could take it from me. And pretty much that's what he said. So I disagree with the last part. Yeah, if you're the best, it's a way they can take it from your black ass. But it's deep. It's deeper than that, man. This is a point where if the zone is really into black people, if they really want to garnish black viewerships, excuse me, they really wants to build on that. They really want to build on they really want to build on, how can I say it? The capital. I mean the capital they building on black fan base. They really want to say, you know what? We want black people. We hired the 2 black men that do the interviews. We hired LeBron James to be a docuseries. We gave guaranteed money to Tevin Farmer. We gave guaranteed money to Andrade. We gave guaranteed money to Danny Jacobs beyond this fight. We offered the People's Champ Deontay Wilder 3-fight deal, $100 million fights, 4-fight deal, $120 million fights. They intend to do. I'm hearing, according to Shelly Finkel, that Joshua and Wilder will be on the zone. If they want to build on all this potential momentum with them selling their Premier Group, whatever the hell it was, to get live sports on there, all that can be halted right here and now. All that with Canelo and Danny, it can be stopped. If they rob Danny Jacobs this weekend, and I'm talking about like some robbery shit. I mean, some Floyd Mayweather 114 type of stuff. Even if it's like Lara, even if it's like Miguel Cotto, even if it's Triple G 1, all those fights, if it's anything like that, and Danny don't get a fair shake, and it's something that make national news, or international news, it'd be, from the UK to Asia to here, the zone is going to lose all momentum. How can you be pro-black and you rob a black fighter? And that's a guy in Canelo that's had the judges on lock for some time. But as a fighter, as a coach, I don't even want my fighter thinking about that. But in this case scenario, that kind of changes our game plan, because this is life-changing money on line. Yeah, Danny Jacobs is said to be making $15 million for this fight, but you can't look at it as $15 million. Floyd Mayweather got an 80-20 split versus Oscar De La Hoya. You think Floyd Mayweather was just saying, I just happy to be here. I just happy to be. No. Floyd, all right, I made whatever the split was. I made $20 million. Oscar took home fucking $100 million, whatever it was. I made $25 million. Floyd Mayweather knew, if I take this 80-20 split, this 20 in my favor, 80 in Oscar favor, you know what? That 20 gonna turn into $100 million. That 100 gonna turn to $500 million. That 500 gonna turn to $900 million. That $900 million gonna turn into damn near $1 billion out in gross. He say, okay, I'll take this loss to go forward. And for Danny Jacobs, he can't be thinking I made it. When him and Miller said I made it because they got the Joshua fight. Now obviously we know what happened with Miller, and Jacobs got the Canelo fight. I didn't want to hear that from Jacobs. I made it. I didn't want to hear that from him. I want to hear now it began. Now to work. If they not training for the knockout at some point in this fight, then I'll be disgusted. But I don't want my fighters thinking about the judges, but you got to think about it. I remember the Austin Trout fight. They had open scoring, and Austin Trout knew he had lost, and we all was watching that fight. I think that fight was at the Alamo Dome, and we was on we was just on a thread on Facebook, talking about it, and we could tell about his face. And Austin Trout is a good guy, and we was disgusted about that shit, man. A lot of Canelo hatred, man. It's not like Floyd hatred. Floyd hatred was obviously he black, he wore the black hat, and he had a shitty past. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot to hate about Floyd. For Canelo, before we found out he was cheating, it was really nothing to hate about Canelo. But, he got favorable decisions. He didn't belong on a pedestal that he did not earn. He didn't earn the right to be on that pedestal like that. But then again, boxing treats Canelo like the Godfather. They treat him like Floyd. All the black fighters, and I'm not even talking about the English fighters or none of the black English fighters, the white English fighters. I think Joshua said, I watched Canelo tape. Other than that, you hear Shakir Stevenson, you hear Erickson Lubin, you hear Jervonta Tank Davis, you hear Devin Haney. You hear all these different fighters put Canelo on a pedestal, and say, oh, he a great fighter and this and that. But we forget that the dude cheated. Not only is he cheating inside the ring, he cheating outside the ring. And I ain't seen nobody have this advantage in the sport of boxing. Now, Chavez Sr. had a hell of an advantage, judges versus Pernell and Frankie Randall. I don't know if he took nothing, but these dudes have, this dude Canelo got a hell of an advantage. If Danny Jacobs go out there and he win that fight and they take it away from him, all the progress the zone made to try to build a rapport with the black audience and with hardcore black audience, boxing audience and casuals can be lost in one night, because we already going into the fight thinking, you know what? Danny Jacobs ain't got a chance. And that's why you hear a lot of people not talking about the fight. But a lot of people not talking about the fight because it's on the zone. And a lot of people going to lose the interest in Devin Haney because he on the zone. But it don't really fucking matter. Boxing is boxing. We used to be in that, oh, fuck the zone group. I ain't even with it no more, because when I actually realize and just sit there and I think about it, every network is doing the same thing the other network is doing. You know what I'm saying? And you want to say, well, Eddie is this, and he's he got bigotry and this and that. Same thing for ESPN. And I guarantee you heard a lot of that black hatred on Showtime. You heard a lot of that black hatred on Showtime. And Deontay, man, going to the Stevenson fight, man. The Stevenson fight against Gosvick, Raul Marquez, man, that was disgusting. Excuse me. Do so now. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. Then you go into the Wilder Fury fight. They was legitimately rooting for Fury. From Floyd Mayweather Jr. to the whole panel. The zone has an opportunity to go nowhere, to fold. It can fold. It can fold. And it can start with Saturday night with them not beating they're not treating Danny Jacobs fair. Even though my personal belief is Canelo gonna win an honest decision. Well, I don't know how honest it is because I don't know how clean he is. I haven't heard no drug testing about Canelo and Danny Jacobs. Let me say that I have heard no drug testing about Canelo and Danny Jacobs. Okay? I haven't heard no drug testing about Canelo and Danny Jacobs. So just looking at it, I think Canelo, without the drug testing, will get a fair shake. I think he get a fair shake versus Danny. Danny last 3 performances ain't look good. And maybe Danny might be one of those guys that rise to the occasion. But him and Triple G haven't been the same fighter since they fought each other. I mean, Triple G got pasted by Danny Jacobs. I was at that fight. It was an amazing atmosphere. I was one of the last best boxing cards I've been. That was the best boxing card I've ever been to. Chocolito got stretched by Riebenstein. Um, Manhattan got a different feel than Brooklyn. That night, Manhattan was the first time I had ever been to Times Square like that. You know what I'm saying? And that whole weekend, that St. Patrick's Day weekend was amazing. It was amazing. That whole weekend in New York was like you had you had McGregor there, Kovalev there. I think McGregor was there to support Mick Conlon pro debut. I actually got to catch that. Amazing weekend. All right. But I'm a Danny Jacobs fan now. I do give Danny Jacobs flack. I felt like he could have fought Charlo, but you know what? He got him a $15 million payday, and he doing his thing. So he got a shot to beat Canelo. But I think he need to approach this fight like Peter Quillen fight, in my opinion. He needs to come out there and go. He said Madison Square Garden is better than Brooklyn. I like the Brooklyn fight vibe better though. I feel more comfortable around them big booties, big ghetto girls. Boy, what you talking about, man? It's definitely more safer in Manhattan. Let me say that. If you with that type of safe crowd, I feel like I'm good in any hood. You see Canelo losing so early in the contract after. Yeah, no, that's my point. I was getting there. No, I don't see him losing in the contract that early, and that's what make the fight so less salivating. And then on top of that, a couple weeks ago, you had Jaime Munguia get the robbery. In some people's opinion, I didn't see the fight versus Dennis Hogan, so it kind of was a reminder like Danny ain't got no chance. But I did hear Canelo contract was incentive based, so maybe it's $20. Maybe Canelo Alvarez. Maybe Canelo Alvarez, has maybe they have outs in his contract. If you lose here, then we buy you out or your contract drop. His contract is incentive based. The maximum money for his contract is $330 million, I believe. The first fight, Rocky Fielding, didn't count. Mm-hmm. The first fight, Samuel Crouton, was going on. The first time it didn't count. Brooklyn ain't like that anymore. Was walking. I mean, as far as the the arena outside of Brooklyn is gentrified. It is. You're right. It ain't like what I used to read about. Don't worry, Bronx. They coming for y'all niggas too. That's what my family from the Bronx. So for Danny, we already know what the deal is, man. He's a good fighter. But like I said before, he's been regressing his last 3 performances. I think him and Triple G took something out of each other. And also I said that Danny Garcia and Lucas Matisse took things out of each other that they never got back. He took something, they took something out of each other that he'll never get back. And maybe that's why fighters don't want to fight those tough fights. They scared that not only will they lose, but they might get beat to the point where, they don't have that much juice left. Mark, what's going on? So I think that's Bird not judging the fight. She didn't make the cut. So maybe that's the point of it. Because both Danny's wasn't the same. Garcia after he fought Matisse after he fought Garcia wasn't the same fighter. Jacobs versus Triple G and Triple G versus Jacobs. Neither one of them was the same fighter. So, Jacobs has been declining. It's the Arias fight. He just seemed to be lacking something. It's something about Danny Jacobs. Like, he loopy with his shots. He don't always be on balance. He got a club and jab. You look at him. You look. You don't really know. You don't know. He just Rashad Pittman. What's going on? Salute. El Mora. Salute. I don't. It's just something in his game. Like with Demetrius Andrade, you see a Chris tall, 6'2", 6'1.5" fighter. All his punches is technically thrown right. He got big ass bozo feet, but he be on pretty much. He not as balanced as he used to. But Danny Jacobs, he get hit with something he don't like, he caving in. Danny Jacobs don't have the mentality that Charlo had versus Corey Bob. Charlo kept getting hit. He kept coming. But then again, Jacobs has been dropped. Jacobs has been dropped by Mora. He been dropped by Triple G. He been stopped by Pirog. So, at the end of the day, I just don't see him selling out to get the knockout. Versus Peter Quillen, he did. But I think he need to press Canelo Alvarez early. But I think what they gonna do is they're gonna box him early, use their African style. Oh my god, that hurt my soul when he said that. But he gonna use his rhythmic movement. He gonna box. He gonna use angles. He gonna mix in aggression. He gonna try to use his height and his length to get Canelo some problems. He gonna try to accomplish what Lara and what Mayweather did, but he got to put his own twist on it. If I was him, I would change the speed of my punches. You know what I'm saying? I would shoot sign with some combinations. I would speed up. I wouldn't be trying to throw with power all the time. And then I would mix in hard shots. But he gonna have to use his angles. He gonna have to work on foot movement. And he can do what he did versus Triple G. Canelo ain't got that great of feet. You know what I'm saying either. So if he out there box and mix in enough aggression and keep Canelo gonna have to take risks. He ain't gonna be able to walk Jacobs down. He shouldn't be able to walk Jacobs down like he did Rocky Fielding, in my opinion. But I expect Canelo to probably catch Jacobs with an uppercut, left hook to the body, and Jacobs gonna start pressing. Either Jacobs gonna press for a decision or press for a knockout, or he gonna cruise to a decision. So you really don't fucking know. Muing African style beat all styles. Facts. Laugh out loud. So yeah, Thomas Morning, what's going on, bro? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. But he already, maybe he planted that seed like James Harden did with the referees tonight about not getting that call. He planted that seed with the judges saying ain't gonna get caught, get treated fair. But De La Hoya don't care if it's a black eye or not. He gonna make sure Canelo, don't get another L on that resume. For real. I got you. I think he will beat Canelo. I hope he beat Canelo. His last three performances ain't been that hot since the Triple G fight. I mean, Derevchenko hurt him, and then he went into safe mode a little bit. But Derevchenko and Canelo style is totally different. Derevchenko got this bouncy, zerky style, pop up in the head movement style, like a push pop, using his foot angles, stepping over, going under. Canelo don't have those feet that Derevchenko got. Jacob needs to walk Canelo down, revive the chin checkers. Exactly. I definitely agree that should be the plan. What he done with Peter Quillen. But that's what I would do, quite frankly. But that's just my humble personal opinion on the situation. But yeah, man, I hope Danny does do well. I'm waiting for them to do the roundtables. Usually they do it on Tuesday. Maybe they pushed it back this week. Sometimes they make the final press conference Wednesday. Other times it be Thursday. But they're really not competing with nobody but Arturbia better to be even in a Stockton card versus Hot Rod. I think that's a good fight. Jordan Costas, he ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Other than that, what's been going on? Let me see what else going on. Y'all can ask questions now and then. I'll talk a little bit about Deontay Wilder situation, Shelly Finkel interview. Since I got time, kid don't get out of after school programs for another hour. So and you got Jervonta Tank Davis on Twitter talking about Crawford Khan did less than 50K buys. What does it matter to you? You know what I'm saying? He's a mark. I'm about to go at this nigga. He said Canelo is my pound for pound number one pound for pound. I feel that he's an OG of this generation, but so young. See, 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 stupid ass nigga. And then you got these cap ass niggas on here egging them on. A drug cheat get more clout than Crawford. He said in one tweet before he clown I think High Rock can win too. In one tweet he praised the Canelo, next tweet he tearing a black man down. Okay, where's the hypocrisy in that? Where's the hypocrisy in that man? You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, he's a mark. I don't know. Shelly Finkel in the interview, this go over to the boxing voice. I did a video on it. In an interview, Shelly Finkel, they asked him, was it true that Wilder getting 20 million to fight Brazil? He said he's not at liberty to disclose his financials, which is cool. So Stephen Espinoza did an article on on Boxing Scene about a month ago. He was saying that he was saying that if people knew what Deontay Wilder was getting for the Brazil fight, they wouldn't be so mad that he didn't sign to the zone. But also, Stephen Espinoza, the Weasel, has been known to be a liar. He's been known to lie. He lied about, oh, we're gonna have this stacked pay-per-view card in December. And it's gonna have all these stacked fights on there. We end up getting Jared Hurd versus whoever the fuck, Wellborn, and Dominic and Luis Ortiz versus Travis Kaufman, and then Joe Joyce versus some Joe Hanks. So we end up getting a bum ass card when he promised that we was gonna get a stack pay per view card for. I don't take shit that he said seriously, man. Oh, Showtime is prospering. We got a lot of money, but then again, you ain't been putting on no fights this year. All your fights been terrible. There ain't even been no good showbox cards. Then again, you let Devin Haney go over to the zone. Come on. So Shelly Fink was saying on the Boxing Voice today, and I did a video on it. He go up to the Boxing Voice, and he was saying that pretty much that Deontay Wilder will not be fighting Anthony Joshua this year. They're ruling out the Joshua fight until 2020. Said that he's most likely going, when asked will he fight Kanowski or Ortiz, he said those two are likely in the running. So it sounds like Wilder, if everything go right, Wilder will be fighting Konowski and Luis Ortiz to close out the rematch. Luis Ortiz to close out the year, and pretty much said that him and John Skipper have a great relationship right now, and they've been talking and they've been building on a great relationship. So expect that the Wilder and Joshua fight happen on his own. I hear that it's some talks that Joshua might be signing a network deal with his own stateside, and he has a network deal internationally with Sky. So at the same time, it is what it is. Usually, when the persons come out, fight week, Dan Rayfield usually have them, or Forbes have them, or whatever the situation they have them. So, we'll see. We'll see if we'll see what the persons are. I'm not concerned about what he getting. If he chose to turn down a $20 million per fight or $120 million fight deal or $100 million, whatever he chose, that's his prerogative. I'm not gonna get into the business side of it no more. As far as their money, that's his deal. He gotta live with that. He gotta live with that one on his brain. But like I said before, all these people sit here and they say, all these people sit here and they say, Joshua Duck, Wilder perfect. He didn't do nothing wrong. Here again is another example that Deontay Wilder is a businessman too. Deontay Wilder is a businessman. And Shelly Fink will say, all of a sudden, now they want the fight. All of a sudden, now they want the fight. No, the fight not going to happen until 2020. We're not entertaining Joshua this year. So at the end of the day, how can you twist that? Well, what they're going to say is this. Well, Wilder, Joshua, Wilder waited for Joshua. He need to make Wilder wait. He need to make Wilder wait. He need to make Wilder wait. He need to make him wait. Make Joshua wait. You know what? If you pro the fight happening, then when one fighter run bullshit, you got to call a spade a spade. And like I said before, when he ducked that deal, he ducked the deal. He ducked $100 million. He ducked $120 million because off the strength of they said, oh, because we didn't know what Joshua was getting. Then they said that, oh, the zone wasn't big enough. Wasn't nobody gonna see the fight. So Shelly Finkel did echo it today. He did echo it today and say that they want the zone to get bigger and get a bigger audience for the fight. And they want to let the zone build up. So basically, in my opinion, I believe a lot of these guys are in cahoots. They already know exactly when and where they want the fight to happen. And all we doing is we arguing with each other, crying with each other. We battling and arguing with each other, for a fight that's already gonna happen when it happens. They already know when it's gonna happen. Al Heyman and Bob Arum talk. It's gonna happen when it happens. They know exactly when that fight gonna happen. And they know if fight is gonna happen, not gonna happen. AJ and Wilder, they in cahoots. Eddie Hearn and them is just building the fight up. They in cahoots. So the fights you want to see, they already have it premeditated when it's gonna happen. So it's no point of us arguing who's gonna win, who's gonna lose. The real winners are the boxers because they getting all this money, and just by marinating, we getting all this money. The real losers are us. So we arguing over a whole bunch of nothing, man. And me personally, I don't understand why people just can't call it how they see it. Why you can't admit that you're wrong? Wilder ducked too. Wilder got a hand in the cookie jar too. Wilder want to make as much money as possible too. You know, he looked like the hero in the beginning, but shit, he looked like half hero, half villain right now. You know, oh, AJ don't want to fight till 2020, and it's gonna happen in 2020. And he went from blasting AJ, and he went on from blasting AJ all last 2 years till 2019. He goes on CBS in the Final Four say, "Oh yeah, we know it's business. It's gonna happen in 2020," and you know he don't really seem upset about it. So we the real losers of the whole situation. Wood, what's going on? He said, "Good point, homie. The boxers are the real winners." Real shit. Yeah, man, we losing, man, and we fighting each other. We arguing with each other on the internet. Niggas making videos saying whoop de whoop, you this, you that. Like 9 times out of 10, I don't see these niggas videos. You know, so they think they doing something. Like, man, like I don't understand how niggas get clout off of putting other niggas' names in the titles. Like I said before, you won't say that shit to my face. You won't say shit to my face. I guarantee you. I don't care who the fuck you is. You won't say that shit to my face. All these niggas can act tough on the internet they want to, nigga. Like you won't even go to these fights. I'd have been in more fights than the majority of these YouTube niggas. You got niggas that refuse to show their face, put pics up and shit. Like, I show my face. When I don't show my face, I don't feel like combing my beard, brushing my hair. Nigga, sometimes I want to let my fucking boxers on, my robe on, let my nuts hang, and have my fucking slippers on. You know what I'm saying? I done did the interviews before. Like, niggas don't really know my rep. Like, I done did the interviews before. You know what I'm saying? I done did the whole 9 before. I'm just not into kissing niggas' asses. I'm not into that shit no more. But my whole thing about it is, like, it is what it is. Yeah, y'all got any questions? Y'all keep asking the questions, man. If I miss your question, go up now. Wood said, I believe some YouTube channels are getting paid by these boxers. Yeah. Eddie Hearn definitely paying a few UK people to pay to do their thing. And definitely a few of them getting paid, but I ain't mad at you. You getting your money, get your money, man. But there ain't no amount of money gonna have me out here on YouTube on my channel capping for no Barry Hearn, bro. He said what that motherfucker said. Now, did I agree with the second half of what he said? Yeah, I agreed the part that now the boxers are the bosses and now the promoters getting treated like employees and they gotta be nice. But that slave trade shit, man, he was on some nut shit. But hey, man, they gonna keep it real. I remember my girl was telling me she came home from work and one of the white ladies got mad. She worked at an old people home or whatever, rehabilitation spot. And one of the white people got mad and say, "You black people are just mean to me because my people did, because what our people did to your people." I said, "Damn." When you get older, you don't care. You don't care about what you say no more. With older people, man, before my grandma passed, man, I noticed that. Older people don't care if they shit on themselves, fraud on themselves in the elevator. They don't care nothing, man. They don't care, you know. I have to listen to your stream over. I missed the whole thing. Yeah, man, I'm still need to find a podcast. I got the whole green screen too, man. I just ain't got time to sit down and get it working, man. So I just got my couch today. So I gotta get my other couch, my other sofa. I ain't never seen a love seat and a sofa cost the same fucking price. Never seen it before. I'm gonna give me 2 sofas to say the same price. I got the room. So if I decide to move, buy me a house or some shit, another house, I'm just have to get a living room that's big enough or knock some fucking walls down. Barry Hearn was wilding with that slave shit. Yeah, slave trade. I said, this nigga right here, bro. And Dillian White just chuckling and shit. I had to go upside that old nigga head. I'd have picked that nigga up like Suge. He said that nigga Dillian White sitting there looking like that nigga of the Green Mile. Yeah, you talking about Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah, rest in peace to that brother, man. Rest in power. When I got the alert, I was at a meeting. Like, damn. It'd be like that. John Black Johnny said, bro, good thing about alcohol is that when you drunk, it shows your true colors. Yeah, they say the only people that tell the truth is a kid, a drunk, and somebody that's mad. Always exceptions to the rules. But yeah, he was over there wilding and shit. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, like I said before, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Y'all keep asking the questions. I can answer them I can go on for like 45 minutes, bro. My daughter's school like right up the street. I'm about to get her ass a moped or some shit. She can ride the bus. They got a new bus driver. She be leaving, becoming early or coming late. Why is Barry Hunter talking anyways? He supposed to be behind the scene. Well, he wanted to come out today. You know, apple don't fall far from the tree. Same thing with Danny Garcia and Angel. Man, Angel said that racist shit, man. I'm like, yep, Danny Garcia is too. Guilty by association. Why would we want to see Wilder Ortiz too after Ortiz ducked Joshua? You tell me. I did a funny video when Barry Harry captured his first boxer. Check it out. I'm gonna check that shit out. Gene do, bro. I think it's more pride thing at a team Wilder. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's more pride. I think I said that in my video today. It's about pride. I understand it. I'm a man, you know, all men got pride. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you know, sometimes you gotta sit your pride aside. And if you don't, you know, sometimes it'll hurt relationships. Sometimes you'll lose your life behind that shit. Sometimes you gotta compromise, man. And that's one thing I try to master in life. Like I can just take the upper head. You know, I could walk away from a situation before I have to choke you out or do something worse. TB say, CJ, you think Bud is a 50-50? Financially, I don't give a shit. Just make the fight happen. But Bob Arum gonna want 50-50. That's just what it is. He gonna want 50-50. That's why I'm saying the fight need to happen now. Split. Matter of fact, do 40-40. Do 40-40. Do 40-40. 80%, 20% go to the winner. That'll show who really want the fight. 40-40. Fuck it. If you want to do it 60-60, the winner get the 40. See how much see who really believe they can win. You know, I guarantee you, you know, they now somebody in that situation ain't gonna want to do it. Will, what's going on? They go 619. He said, shit, y'all don't appreciate honesty. Hold on. I gotta read that comment. Hold on, I think mom's gotta go outside. Give me a minute. Hold on. He said, shit, y'all don't appreciate honesty. I love when them white folks get honest and don't hide their racism. Mr. Duke 40. I agree, bro. I agree. Come on. He gotta go outside. Give me a minute, y'all. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, he right. You gotta appreciate the honesty and shit like that. And I agree. I like to know where I stand, bro. Mighty Mo versus Gosvick. That's two different. That's or Gosvick. Oh, who's Gosvick? He said 140 pounds. I got Regis or Taylor. Right now, I slightly favor Taylor still, but Regis look like a monster. You can't have more pride than money. Nope, sure can't. But I don't know, man. My opinion, I gotta say, I don't want to say Regis right now, but Regis is like that nigga unstoppable. I ain't gonna lie, 140. I don't see nobody taking that smoke, but Taylor. You know, Hooker can keep him on the outside, maybe. But Hooker nice though, man. That's one of my guys. He said, "Be real, man. We know Dandy gonna try to outbox Canelo, and they gotta rob him. He's scared to go for broke." Jay Thomas, you hit the nail on the head on the hammer. I agree with 100%. Why take on Twitter still dissing Bud, but scared to unify with Tevin and Burchett? He got to stop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video about that bitch ass nigga, man. I'm done with him, bro. I'm 100% done with him. TB, not money wise, fire wise. I think Crawford can't handle that body work. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. You go to the body. It's like you taking a chance upstairs. Can Errol Spence handle his body work is the question. Because Bud is a good body puncher as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the body. So is Errol Spence gonna walk down Terence Crawford? Is that gonna be the game plan? Because if he walked down Terence Crawford, everybody said, "Oh, I want to go to Mayweather body." How many people succeeded to going to Mayweather body? Only one guy I know that hurt Mayweather to the body and broke his ribs, and that was Peterson in sparring. So, like I said before, you got to get to the body. This ain't Ocampo. This ain't Bundu. This ain't that. Bud Crawford can go to the body too. And on top of that, Terence Crawford be fighting his most complete fighter, his slickest. Errol be fighting his most slickest fighter. Any mistake you make, Bud gonna make you pay. But early on, it's gonna be Errol Spence's biggest opportunity to win the fight. Because Bud take a couple rounds to adjust, but if Bud can come out hot like he did versus Amir Khan, I really don't give Errol Spence too much of a chance. Come on. I don't know, that nigga was right in the house. It started raining. He done did something. You done ate some flowers? But yeah, that's my opinion. When you look at that fight, it's basically battle of the jabs and battle of real estate. And one of the things I noticed about Errol Spence is that one thing I noticed early on, he don't react well to getting hit. Neither do Regis Progress. I don't like their facial expression. That can mean something. That can mean nothing. But one thing I noticed that he respected Mikey Garcia way too much. And if you respect Mikey that much, you got to remember Crawford is the longer fighter, and I believe Crawford is the better puncher. You know, but it's my opinion there. He got to be able to. When you go to the body, that means you leave yourself open to the head. That's why a lot of people don't like to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? He went to the body versus Kell Brook because Kell Brook didn't have no feet movement. Bud is able to dart in and out, side to side. It's gonna be difficult. But then again, he gonna have to walk through some. Keith Thurman fight gonna tell me a lot. Let me just tell you that Keith Thurman fight. He fight Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman is back to what or close to what Keith Thurman was. It's gonna tell me a little bit about Errol. But I think Crawford is just a better fighter than both of them right now. And shit can change. What if Bruce Putin go out there and drop Crawford with a left hand or right hand or some shit like that? Then all of a sudden we don't even want to see that shit. You know? So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we've seen the best of Errol Spence, and I don't think we've seen the best of Terence Crawford either. But I just think Bud is a better fighter. You know, Keith Thurman. Well, I used to like Keith Thurman, but I think it's up with. But let's see. Broner moving back down to 40. He get beat by everybody that got a belt. And some who don't. Ramirez beat him. Ramirez beats him. Who else we got? Hooker beat him. Progress beat him. Taylor beat him. Barashnik beat him. Everybody beat him. Anybody with a belt beats him. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with a belt beat Adrian Broner. You know, anybody that moved their hands beat him. Kirill Relic might have an opportunity at beating him. You know, my personal opinion. Crawford never bending a knee to the body. Never bending a knee to the body. He knows how to spin and get away from body shots. Yeah, he's a good fighter. Good fighter. Give me a minute. I'll give me a mouse on my laptop, bro. Gotta give me a mouse, dog. For real, bro. I got to give me a mouse. Will said facts. I like my racist out in front, not smiling in my face, talking shit behind the scenes. Yep, same thing with everybody else. Will, I think, now for me at least. GTENT, what's going on? Boxing should be 60-40, 70-30 split to the winner regardless. Yeah, but then you got a size pool, you got that whole situation. But Bud and Spence should be 40-40. Winner get the extra 20. Can Spence receive body shots? Giving one thing, Porter will also body shot him. Yeah, that's his Porter fight on the inside. You know, what if Porter don't fight on the inside? You know, what if he try to box on the outside and survive? You said 60-60. I mean 60-60, man. I meant 40-40. Pretty sorry. I said that Mu Ying boxing this WWE, Spence and Thurman will end up in a draw milking the fans for $1 trillion. Man, that shit'll be funny, bro. That's a victory for Keith Thurman. Ali say, he say, Regis upper body movement clean. Yeah, it is, bro. I used to think it was overrated, but that motherfucker, he tough to hit. He a problem. All right, nigga, I get it, bro. I made a mistake. Ronnie Boy Fresh asks you, who do you think will be undisputed next besides Canelo? Shit, I don't even know. Cause you go to heavyweight, cruiserweight, they ain't even reissued the belts out yet. Heavyweight, I don't know. Cruiserweight, light heavyweight, I don't know. That light heavyweight should consolidate first. All them niggas old, but it ain't gonna happen. 68, it ain't gonna happen. 60, okay, we talked about 54. If Jaime leave, if Eric Salubi not ranked in the WBO, the highest one is J Rock, and if he lose, he gonna fall. So I say no there. 47, 40. I don't think so. 35. I heard Devin Haney might not be getting a title shot. I'll explain that in a second. So I don't know. Whatever fucking division knew you at, don't near. I'll say that one. What is that? Bantamweight. Let me get it clear. Say bantamweight. I always forget the smaller weight classes. So let me see. Let me see. I think it's 18. I know it's 118. Yeah, bantamweight. I was right. So yeah. Uh Danny's scared to exchange. He getting slept. I won't say he getting slept, but I can see it happen, Will. You think ESG will move to middleweight someday? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think him and Erickson Lubin might be a super fight down the line if they can build Lubin back up, which I think is trending that way. Tank is an itch. I agree. Muying Almora asked that Errol question. Mar, how many more fights do Jacobs have with his own? Two more. Two more at 3 million a pop. Man, Tank only y'all shit to fighters in different weight classes. So he know they won't fight him. Only talk shit. All right. Yeah, cool Jay Thomas. Mondinelli, do you think Pirog would have been one of the top middleweights right now in 2019? He'd probably be at fucking super middleweight, but yeah. They said he had some subpar performances after he beat Danny Jacobs. Maybe his back was hurting, but yeah, he could have been definitely up there. Him and Triple G would have been a fight. Let's see. Will Book, the fighters need to take control of their career. Yep, Bernard Hopkins told him that years ago when he stopped working with Al and Golden Boy disbanded from Al Heyman Boxing. Ali 313, I'm tired of the age excuse. Nassim unified at 22. Ali was undisputed at 22. And as an underdog versus listed, Canelo beat Lara at 23. De La Hoya was a 3-time division champ. About 24. Tank almost 25. Yep. De La Hoya fought anybody. You know, Michael Rogers say, not when Errol Spence isn't countering. I believe he going to back to bulldoze and while a whole different fight. I don't think you can just pick. I mean, it's gonna be different to bulldoze when you fighting guys that got different boxing ability. He not gonna be able to walk down the pipe on Terence Crawford. He not. Just like a lot of guys try to bulldoze Floyd, Baltimore, who else? De La Hoya tried to walk him down a little bit. It's a different ball game. If he respect Mikey Garcia power like that, and then what happened when Bud touched him? Bud is crack harder than Mikey. Bud is probably gonna be the hardest puncher he fight. Maybe other than Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman not sitting down on punches no more. So, Keith Thurman was bulldozing guys too until a certain point, until he had something to lose. So, you never know. I think that's gonna work into Terence Crawford's favor if Earl Spence bulldoze him. If Earl Spence walk down Crawford love that. Crawford love that. But the thing about Earl is he come behind the jab though. So that's a different animal. So you got not only do you got to worry about a guy that's physically strong and got some good speed and good footwork as far as cutting the ring off, you're dealing with a guy that got a good jab. So yeah, I say that about Ryan Garcia. When he get hit, it looked bad. Yeah, he don't respond well. Errol Spence neither. Errol Spence get hit. Errol Spence was cautious. I don't want to use the word scared or afraid. He was cautious of Mikey Power. I just Spence to stop being scared and take the Bud fight. I don't think it's that he's scared of Bud. I think it's just a business decision. It's a business decision. It's not that he's scared. It's just business. Like PBC got it rolled out how he wanted. He looked like the grimy guy. He looked like the Billy Badass guy. He looked like the gangster. He was bullying Sean and bullying Danny, but he knew the game plan was for them to get a belt and then how they wanted to play it. So he was just being fake, in my opinion. He knew the game plan was. He ain't gonna get Thurman fight. Nope. Or Pacquiao. If Pacquiao win. Oh. Hold on. Still coming back down. All right, Chris, when you fire on Spence, he go into a high guard. Bud mentioned it in Ocampo. Did put some heat on him a little bit. Yeah. He got that Adrian Bronner in him. When you punch, they both go into the defensive shield. Arthur Abraham used to do it all the time. When people figured out what Arthur Abraham was doing, they figured out when Arthur Abraham what you would throw at Abraham, he would only counter you when you was at the end of your combination to stop throwing. So if you sat there you admired your work after Arthur Abraham, you ended up like Jermaine Taylor. If you sat there and you got out the way, you kind of won the fight like the real till he got caught, or like Andre Ward did or Carl Frost. They, guys like that. Earl Spence need to make that adjustment, but that's right. You run combinations on Earl Spence, he will not punch with you. He'll go into the hard guard. He won't move his head, and then he'll try to get you on the back end. And in my opinion, Arthur Abraham, when he did it, he had a reputation for being a more monstrous puncher than Errol Spence by far. He can get away with it because if Abraham hit you at 160, and some people at 68 after a while, he got old. He'll stop you. Spence, natural bigger man, is going to come down to who can take whose power between Crawford and Spence. I think that'll be an aspect of it, but what y'all forgetting is that will he be able to cut the ring off on Terence Crawford as well? Crawford got good footwork, you know what I'm saying? Will he be able to catch Crawford? And also, don't forget Terence Crawford got the ability to push you back as well too. The ass whooping he put on Felix Diaz, I mean, wasn't nobody whooping Diaz like that. You know what I'm saying, at that time. And Bud Crawford can push you back. Bud Crawford can fight how you want it. Errol Spence showed that he could fight on the back foot, but that boxing ability, the way he boxed first, Mikey Garcia, he not gonna be able to box Bud like that for 12 rounds. Even if he outbox Bud gonna get 4 or 5 rounds in there. It's gonna be close. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be out there and just outbox Bud for 12 rounds without having to make adjustments. But the same thing, Bud can push Errol Spence back. Y'all forgetting that. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook was pushing Spence back. Kell Brook just ran out of gas because he just wasn't that good of a foot mover. And he, the weight problems, and then Errol Spence body punching. So it's a lot of things, man. Bud can go in there and push Errol Spence back and make him look lethargic. And Errol Spence can just go in there. He can mix it up. He can box Bud, and then he can push Bud back with double, triple jab, body shot. He can mix it up. But then again, you got to remember, Bud is the more fluid athlete, and Bud ain't no small nigga. I keep telling people that he ain't no small dude, bro. And on top of that, he got a better head movement than Errol. His defense ain't impeccable though. I will say that, but let's keep going down. Good question, Wood. Ronnie Boy Fresh. WA need to order Boost Putin and Ponytail Keith, period. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, I like to see that. It's funny. Hooker loses to AB. Straight up, stop playing. No, hell no. Hooker beat the shit out of Adrian Broner. Are you crazy? C-Dub, man. Come on, man. Anybody call you? Come on, C-Dub, bro. All right, bye. I don't have no food, bro. Lay down. Lay down. There you go. Good job. He want a stomach rub. But yeah, I think yeah. No way, Jose. Hooker beat him, bro. Bronzer still talking about fighting Figueroa though. The way Figueroa, I still pick Figueroa. I don't give a fuck what you. I ain't picking Broner until he actually win, bro. Unless he fights somebody a lesser stature. Hooker stop at AB for real. I ain't sure, Ronnie Boy, but I know you with it though. Ponytail fighting past man, I think you meant Pac-Man, right? Yeah. I heard it's July 20th. I might go. I know I talked some shit, but somebody talked me into going to that shit. So I'm gonna try to make the Tony fight and the Thurman fight. So they both in Vegas. The Tony fight on Sunday. Nobody trying to go out there and meet up because it's on a Sunday. So I understand people got work on Mondays and shit like that. That's why you say them PTO days up, right? If that's your job offering them. But Broner needs to go down to 130 to be successful, man. That nigga, man. That motherfucking. Hey, y'all ever seen that video? Y'all ever seen that shit on social media where the MMA fighter, they got to carry that motherfucker on the stage to make weight? Y'all see that video? That motherfucker almost collapsed to make weight. I said, man, that shit dangerous. They shouldn't have sanctioned that fight. Crawford and Spence ain't never gonna happen. Spence versus Thurman ain't even gonna happen. It's a possibility. Keith Thurman, if they do good pay-per-view, they do like 500, 600, 700,000. Keith Thurman ain't coming back, bro. I expect Keith Thurman to beat Pacquiao. It's all politics in every division. Yeah. Cool man Salmon say these niggas gonna keep defending these ducking. Yeah, they're gonna defend them because The problem of it was they a lot of these dudes like females, bro. They can't admit when they wrong, and I can admit when I was wrong. I was wrong to say I thought Errol Spence would just bulldoze and destroy Terence Crawford, and it took me to see a few different things that Crawford brought to the table and the improvement. And I had to step back and I said, you know what, man, I got caught up in this whole Errol Spence hype, all this business talk, man. My channel was going not the way I wanted to go. So, I said I was out of it. I said I wasn't going to Errol Spence, Terence Crawford thing, whatever, and capping for Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So that night, the night that I really, really like, you know what, I ain't fucking with that shit no more is when, it was the night when Andre fought Walter K, and I was on World Breaker Junk, me and Callie and them, and then the car was born, and then that notification popped up and said that, Errol Spence was gonna be on that talk show. He came out there and he said basically that, he was ducking. He was gonna take the easy route, his chestnut checkers and all of that, and then he is the real boogeyman in Dallas, Texas. And I said that right then and there. I said that I wasn't gonna be a part of that no more. I said, you know what? I need to get my channel back on track, talking real boxing. And sometimes you gotta check yourself. Sometimes, man. Sometimes it might take a sub to be like, hey, man, you ain't. I like your channel better than whoopty whoop. And I do take people comments in consideration, bro. So for me, that's the kind of change. That night is what changed it for me. And then some other shit that was happening as well too. So, I said I can't go that route no more. I want to get back to talking real shit or whatever. Moon Yanks, I think, reaches the best at 140. Taylor second, Mighty Mo third. Is a wild card at 40 because of his natural ability. Yeah, he might not be making 140 that much longer. It's a big guy. Will Bug, a whole 30 talking, not fight, just like 47. You ain't lying. Santa Cruz trying to move up and fight a 35-pound. Oh, you said 130? 130? Who fuck at 130? I'm trying to think. Oh, you talking about Tank, Ito, Burchett. Yeah, ain't none of them niggas gonna fight. Mighty Mo Hooker just got an extension with his own not too long ago. Yep. Crawford also has longer arms, which can utilize and neutralize Spence jab. Yep, if used right. Marcus Wright, Gene Du Roberts Jr. might be Browner. Shit, at this point, yeah, if you get a new trainer. Okay, I missed some fucking comments. All right, Don Dada said Khan Canelo best win. Khan is Canelo best win. That's his only legit win. Somebody in people's opinion as far as the major fights. Pure would have kicked Triple G ass. Hey man, was Khan and Canelo on pay-per-view? Let me know. What was Khan and Canelo on pay-per-view? Let me know what the numbers was. I don't feel like researching. Ego 619 said Bud is a beast, but I think Earl wins a close, tough fight. Good. Bud got more tools to work with, but sometimes only take one tool to get the job done, right? I can see it happening. He's a good fighter. But Bud got a lot of deficiencies he need to fix, and he got experience factor in. Crawford is close his deficiency. Obviously, Crawford's been pro since 2007, so he should close his deficiencies. Excuse me. Before a guy that was started boxing at 15 and turned pro in 2012. So so that is what it is. Mikey versus Postal will tell a lot about Mikey. Yeah, go ahead. Postal still talking about fighting Jose Ramirez going back to top rank. Brother, if they let you go, you're not coming back in and fight Jose Ramirez, bro. Let's not talk about Crawford fights before 47 again, boy. Almost made me think Crawford was weak. So the fuck what? What about when Latley almost knocked out Errol Spence? Huh? What about when Chop Chop hurt Floyd Mayweather? What about all the times that McGill Cotto got hurt or dropped at 140 pounds? Real talk. Real talk. What about Errol Spence was so respectful? It was borderline scared or fear of Mikey Garcia power. Come on, man. Come on. Stop playing with me, bro. Y'all niggas act like Gamboa wasn't undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like, man, Gamboa didn't knock out Orlando Salido when Mikey dropped him 7 times and quit because Salido was coming on hot. Y'all be killing me like Floyd ain't never got hurt. Like Zab ain't dropped Floyd technically. Like Zab wasn't getting in Floyd ass. Like Shane Mosley ain't almost dropped Floyd twice. Like, what do they got to do? You can't be perfect. Errol Spence almost got knocked out by Latley. He almost got knocked out by. And don't forget, Kell Brook was pushing him back and beating him up, and he was hurting Errol Spence. Man, stop playing with me, bro. This shit crazy. Marion Anderson say, I think Bud right hand too educated for Earl. Could be. Talking about from the orthodox position. He said, yeah, it was pay-per-view. Okay. 2020 better be great as they say. It won't be. It'll be 2021, 2022. Josita Lopez be Bronny. Yup, I pick Lopez, bro. Strong wrestling in the ring. Dandada. Okay. Spence gonna crush Bud Ernest. Yep, Ernest Jones. Bring your ass here. You know, if they ever fight, bring your ass right back here. Win, lose, or draw. Y'all think this nigga just gonna run down and just beat up on Bud? That shit ain't about to happen. I'm telling y'all. Y'all think he about to just run down and beat the fuck out of Errol Spence? I mean, beat the fuck out of Bud. That ain't. I'm telling you, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. If he beat Terence Crawford, it's gonna be he systematically break Terence Crawford down. If Kell Brook was damaged, then what was Khan? Damaged? I ain't say they wasn't damaged. Well, you ain't gonna get no answer from me. You don't get no fake shit from me. They both was damaged like a motherfucker. What you mean? But Amir Khan only took 2 years off to let himself heal. Shaquille Brook came right back, 6-8 months later, came down after a broken face. Ain't nobody saying Amir Khan was Bud's best performance. That's y'all niggas saying that about Errol. I'm on UFC too. I don't have time to wait on boxing. Yeah, UFC got some good matchups. I ain't been watching it lately. They had a lot of shit on pay-per-view. Like, god damn, everything on pay-per-view. I like what you talking boxing channel. It's unbiased and about one of the best fights. Exactly, Mark. So let me go ahead. Yes, $120 buy, $120,000, 120 buys. That's it. If promoters take the UFC approach and make these fights, they would generate more money. Their stars' power will be bigger. Nobody cares about losses. Exactly, bro. But they scared to take scared to lose that money. Let me hurry and run through these before I gotta go. I was in the chop fight too. Yep. Ernest Man Gamboa hadn't fought in 18 months. The fuck up out of here. So the fuck what? Nigga, Kell Brook came off a fucking eye problem. Was he undefeated or was he not undefeated? Was was Gamboa not the favorite that night? Ernest? Was Gamboa not the favorite that night? Shut the fuck up, then. Gamboa was called Little Mike Tyson before the Crawford fight. You mean the same Gamboa Little Mikey didn't want to fight? Exactly. Chop versus Floyd. I watched that fight and when I'm bored just to see a great fight. Ernest Kell didn't hurt Spence. Yes, he did. Shut the fuck up. That nigga Errol Spence was like, my neck was hurting for 2 or 3 weeks after that fight. Please. That motherfucker had that nigga was hitting Errol Spence so much he had that nigga moving his head. That nigga ain't moved his head since. Latley, whatever his name is, hurt the fuck out of his ass, Toray, Toray Hackness, whatever your name is, bro. I ain't mean to butcher it. He got good shots in. No, he hurt that nigga. Shut up. Anytime a nigga that don't move his head start moving his head, he getting hurt. He ain't moved his head since. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, don't go nowhere. Bring your ass back here to the pool pit so we can baptize your ass. The fans are doing all these hypotheticals, and these motherfuckers ain't even gonna fight. They laughing too. Marion said, "We know Bud gonna fight back. We know Earl gonna fight back too." All right, I'm trying to hurry up and get through these comments. Hold on. Shit. Chop versus Floyd. Okay, I got that shit. Okay. Fans are doing okay. I've seen that one. Leo Zab was in Floyd ass at first, then he adjusted in box, and that's boxing. People get hurt. Yeah, people get hurt all the time. How was he damaged when he was beating Triple G? You know his face got broke, bro. You do know that, right? His face got broke. His face got broke. What you talking about? Orbital bone. And he came back down 13 pounds in weight after moving up 2 weight classes. If that's so easy to do, why ain't nobody else doing it? He took a good shot and they stopped the fight. Boxing soft these days. Said Kell Brook was damaged. Yeah, he was, man. He almost lost his eye. What you talking about in both fights? You think he, you think he care about? You think he care that he got two good eyes and couldn't have had no good eyes? Because what you think he don't care? Roberto Duran quit. Don't nobody talk about that shit the way they should. This motherfucker quit. Kell Brook quit to save his life. I ain't about to just sit there and say, chastise him. If I was in the same position and I had a family and kids to go to, and I had to continue to make enough money to feed my family, then yeah, I'm quitting too, bro. Real talk. If I could have lost my eye, yeah, I'm quitting too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you up. And that's real shit. Triple G right hand broke the face. Yeah. Dollar Kurt Sugar Canelo versus Khan did 600,000. That's what they said. Okay. That's what they said. But I'll just say that was a good number. You expect Bud to do that much more? No. See, I can remember when Shane Mosley was never tested when he fought Vernon Forrest, and Vernon beat him just like her stolen a pack, starting a pack of gum from the grocery store. Tank need to be tested, and that's the fight that got Al Haymon into boxing. Vernon Forrest, I got it on my Facebook page. You look at my video. Sam Watson told the story about how Al got into the boxing. It was because of Vernon Forrest. He begged Al to manage him, and Al got him the Shane Mosley fight. And by Vernon Forrest winning that fight, Al Haymon got into boxing. Had Vernon Forrest not have won that fight, it may not have been no PBC. I'm with you, Terence beat Spence all day. So yeah, I believe so. I can see Spence beating him too. I'm not saying this is gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. I think it'll be competitive. Kell Brook didn't quit. They threw the towel in. Yeah. Khan definitely quit. Yeah. Gene Do, I picked Crawford versus Spence because Bud has these things on his side: speed, reach, craftiness, being elusive, ability to adjust, power. Because Spence walks in, letting his gains over more and better timing. Yeah, yep. Ernest Jones. Oh, he's talking to him. But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and pick this kid up, man. Then appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna have some more NBA reviews later on. Other than I got some more videos coming. Y'all know I'm about to get in Tank ass. You already know that. I'm about to get that Tank. But yeah, my whole agenda is just make the best fight. So if I rub people the wrong way, so be it, man. But I'm not going out here compromising my integrity. Everything I'm saying, I'm backing up with facts. So if people don't like it, they don't like it, bro. They don't like it, they don't like it. I don't care, you can't please everybody. But I'll tell you one thing, ain't nobody gonna put no hands on me. The upper tub interview that's received is a tailor made for Spence when he's in close, because PBC ain't gonna win that fight. They what we see. Boy, what is you doing? But yeah, we get out of here. Appreciate it, though. I might do another boxer stream late tonight, man. Never know. But more videos coming down the pipe. Appreciate the love, support. Hey man, all right, man. I'm gonna give out $10 or $15. First person that email me Danny Jacobs complete record, wins, losses, draws, and knockouts. I send you guys a $10 or $15 gift code to the from the Health Blaze. So check out the Health Blaze. They got candles, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, the whole nine. And then you know what? Whoever predict, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of them. You can hit me up. Look, with these, you can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of my social media platforms, or email. Any of them. Whoever hit me up first on it, you win this contest. The other one, you got to email me. Give me the winner to tonight game versus the Boston and Milwaukee Bucks. Tell me who win the night game, and just tell me who win the night game between Boston and Milwaukee, and I'll send you a $20 gift card. All right, for a tiebreaker, let me know how many points, the margin of victory. So you can put plus 10. Milwaukee win by 10, or Boston win by 10. So hit me up on social media, email, Facebook, Instagram. Let me know who won the Milwaukee and the Boston game tonight. And then if you want to win that's for $20. You want to win a $10 gift card or 15. Email me Danny Jacobs complete record, wins, losses, draws, and KOs, man. Appreciate the love from everybody out there, man. Don't forget, all my information is in the description: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Health Blaze website, their promo code, and my email, and the intro instrumental music there as well. Appreciate the love and support. We gone.